you know what? About 5 years ago, my sister was getting my nephew christened. We went out to Campbelltown somewhere, went to a church, and I said, "Oh, is this what you want to?" She said, "Oh, I'm getting it done. Mum really wants it done." And she said, "Jimmy couldn't care less. She's just going along with it." And so she's like, "Mum wants it done," and she said, "I'm just going to get it done." So I took my nephew, who was about 4 or 5 at the time, and we went to this church in, it wasn't a Catholic church, it was just, actually, you know what, I can't remember now. It was a church in Campbelltown somewhere, and we went along. Michelle came along, we went along, and we were sitting there, and there was a few people getting done that day, getting indoctrinated. A ceremony which really doesn't mean anything, but it's the tradition of things, you know. Get this done, it'll make the family happy. I was christened, made my Holy Communion, did my confirmation, Holy Communion, attended church, and at some point I thought I've had enough of this, and then joined the theatre, met some friends who were Christian, became Protestant orientated, and then further down the road went Christian, and then went out of it, then came back into it, and then went out of it, and then came back into it, then went out of it, I thought no, and then no, and then considered myself spiritual, and all the time I think, we're living in a matrix. I think this is a matrix. I think this is a matrix. And so we're at this church, and there's 3 lots of parents there, and I think Jackson had his dunked some water on the priest or whoever it was, put some water and did the thing, and Jackson was fairly compliant to that. I don't think he even knew what was going on. I don't think he cared what was going on. There was a 12-year-old girl there. Maybe she was 10. She could have been 11, somewhere between 10 and 12. She was there. Chinese girl, Asian parents, Chinese girl, right? And if we could redo this now, I would intervene. I would actually intervene. It came her turn. I've never seen a girl throw such a tantrum, ever. I don't think I have. It was an impressive screaming tantrum. And the parents were being a bit sort of sheepish about it. The dad was like, "Oh, do it." He had this sheepish look on his face. The wife, they were both embarrassed. They were trying to control the girl. And they were like, come here. Oh, she okay. She was screaming. She did not want to have it done. She didn't see the point of it. Absolutely screaming. And I was like, "Michelle," I was like, I don't think she wants to get done. And Michelle was like, "I don't think so either." And I was looking at Trish. I think Trish was like, I was thinking about this the other day, and I was thinking I'd say, excuse me, let her be, doesn't want to do it, just let her be, and I'd have a few more words. I would say, just, she doesn't want to do it, let her be, and it was a full-on screaming tantrum. They eventually got her. They eventually held her down, literally held her down. The parents held her down. The priest assistant, I think, the parents held her down. She was literally kicking and screaming. Christened her. She was, and then she just was crying, screaming and crying. I've never seen something like it. And so we go through these rituals which we don't want to do. Well, parents say, "You're going to do this, and you're going to do that. You're going to fall into suit." this is what you can do, this is what I did, this is what my grandfather did, this is what my grandparents did, this is actually the great-great-grandparents, what did they do? What did they do? And because back in the day, back in the 1950s, it didn't have the you didn't really have the programming that you have now necessarily. It's